Well everybody, it is 1 week to the day. 7 days ago, I spoke about everything we wanted about Halo Infinite, and at the end of that video, I said to you guys, I asked you the question, what do you want to see on Halo Infinite? You guys are the community, and you've never let me down, and it's safe to say today, you guys had some amazing suggestions. Some things I didn't even consider, which is why it's always so good to ask your opinion. From people weighing in and saying they want to play Halo Infinite, but 343 won't let them find games, which is just crazy to me, to people saying I actually really need a reason to play again. Something tangible, earnable, unlockables from career ranks, something that doesn't feel recycled or reinvented. And that's something I've observed across the board, whether you like classic Halo games or 343 games or Halo Infinite or even Halo Wars. There is a hunger for new Halo content. And maybe that's because we all know the potential of the series, how many things you could potentially do with Halo as a franchise, and it's created this atmosphere of come on 343 or come on whoever's working on the next game, this is what we want to see. There are so many things you could do, we are waiting. And honestly, that isn't necessarily a bad thing. What would be much worse is if people just didn't care anymore. Didn't matter what 343 or Microsoft or whatever company does, the fact that I make these videos, that thousands of you give your comment opinions every day, shows that people care about the franchise. So what I did for today's video is I went through all 770 comments, screenshotting your own feedback, and I'm gonna go through them today while I talk about the usual stuff I want 343 to fix. So here are some things you guys suggested. Now, number one on the list, and it is Halo Infinite related, it's about 343 not releasing content that the leaks have shown are basically finished. One comment said, what kills the game for me as an Infinite enjoyer is finding out 343 is holding out on game modes that are finished, VIP and Assault especially, and keep in mind Assault is the base mode for Griffball. An interesting little side fact about this is I swear on Halo Waypoint there was medals for Juggernaut, another staple Halo mode, and I swear we saw leaks about that as well. So add Juggernaut to the list of game modes I would love to see too. Moving on from that, there was numerous comments about weapons and vehicles. On screen, what the heck is going on with the Falcon? It's been nearly finished for almost a year now. Some of the comments below it said don't expect it, it's not coming out. I kind of agree with that. I don't know if we're going to get anything else for Halo Infinite vehicle related. One of the top comments on last week's video literally says one of Halo's powers is nostalgia. I cannot believe this game didn't have all the classic Halo weapons and vehicles on launch. And that just sums up how I felt 100%. Halo's superpower is its sandbox, and all throughout the years of Halo, there's been many weapons and vehicles throughout the years that have really stood out to me. They're unique, they haven't been replicated in other games, and I feel like they set Halo aside from other games. There are so many different precision-based weapons, the battle rifle, the bandit, the commando. Like 343 added the bandit into the game, and I do enjoy using it, but I think those resources would have been better used on a fun weapon, as the precision starting weapon role had already been filled. Now next up is monetization, and Halo Infinite is a free-to-play game, and you guys had a lot to say about it. Now this wasn't a surprise, but you guys said because it's a free-to-play game, you understand they have to earn an income through the shop. What we all have a problem with, it seems, is the pricing in the shop. And more than that, where's the tangible content to justify the really high prices? One comment read, I fully agree with everything said here and want to add, bring back the season battle passes. I was okay with giving them $10 per season to get lots of stuff. Now we get one free armor set and everything goes straight to the shop. And he's right, there's been about 30 armor sets that have gone into the shop. The prices have been higher, and the amount of value you get as a player on Halo Infinite is almost the least it's ever been. One thing I feel very strongly about is rewarding the player's time investment into the game. It shouldn't just be about your credit card and how much you spend in the shop. If someone is willing to spend their time and invest it into Halo, they should be rewarded accordingly, either in the form of currency just by playing, or unlockables through the career ranks. At the moment, you only get Master Chief's armor for hitting max rank. There's nothing else for bronze, silver, gold, all the way to Onyx. Halo 5 actually had incentives for winning games. You'd get new Magnum skins for every 50 wins you got, but it incentivized players continuing to play the game. Another comment read, we don't even have cosmetics for anything banished yet. And that is kind of weird. All the Covenant/banished weaponry, there is no coatings for, it's only for the UNSC items. Low Lady 2346 said, I really need a reason to play again. Something like earnable stuff from career ranks or content that doesn't feel recycled or reinvented. And I mentioned this earlier in the video. People want to play the game and be rewarded for playing the game. Not a crazy concept, but even this other comment says, in my opinion, which is absolutely valid. If you take care of your player base will take care of you. Meaning if they give us what we want, more people will be intrigued to give them what they want, which is money in the shop. I've always said the longer a player spends on Halo, the more inclined they're going to be to spend stuff in the shop. I understand the shop being the priority and all, but there needs to be a balance. Something I've been saying for a while. It's honestly getting to the point where people are saying the rec pack system from Halo 5 was better, which was like a glorified lottery simulator, but at least you could unlock everything for free. And that's exactly what the comment says. At least I could play and have the chance of earning all the content instead of throwing $20 for one armor set over and over again. I'm gonna say it too, I prefer Halo 5's rec system over the current Halo Infinite shop. I do think, however, it's important to make the distinction. The reason why there was so much content on Halo 5 in terms of weapons, vehicles, armor, you name it, is because they needed to pad out the rec packs so then people would spend more money on the game. Halo Infinite new weapons, new vehicles doesn't instantly earn them new revenue on Halo Infinite, but I really believe the more 343 invests in content on this game and keeps on refreshing it, the more it's going to help their bottom line. Now, you guys submitted so many things about the skill-based matchmaking. I've covered it to death. I really have. I've explained how it manipulates the matchmaking, how the better you perform, the worse your teammates are going to be, how you can't play with your friends, as it's going to make the games very sweaty. This is a perfect example of that. I've been a lifelong Halo fan and I love Infinite. The skill-based matchmaking has been so ramped up the game is no longer fun, and I'm on the verge of quitting completely. And what I'm going to add on to what Brandon said is I don't mind playing a competitive matchmaking experience. What I do mind is the better I perform, the worse my teammates get, and it gets to the point where it's literally impossible for me to win. If you're going to make the teams that lopsided, I don't think that's fair at all. The last thing I'm going to mention, and it's absolutely crazy to me that this is a thing, is that we have people in the Halo community who want to play Halo Infinite, but they still can't play 2 years later because they're locked out of playing because of their region. Now, back in 2004, all the way to 2017, it didn't matter where you lived, you could experience Halo. But for some reason, modern Halo today, if you live outside North America, even Europe is having issues now. It is becoming exceedingly difficult to find matches. One thing I can do while searching for a match, watch Mint's video and look up at my screen to see the search timing out. I was waiting for a ranked arena game for over half an hour last night before I gave up and went to bed. UK player started searching at 12:51 AM, gave up at 1:25. Expanded and local made no difference. And if you're American, you would find an instant game. That cannot be good for the overall longevity of the franchise if it's just a game where North America is the only region that can play the game. I just think more work needs to be done in this area. This brings us to the lightning round, and I'm going to fire off through some things you guys suggested. Let's go through it. Leave a comment if you agree with it. Theater mode is still broken and not functional. Please 343 fix it. Gruntpocalypse has no XP multiplayer, so if you're playing the harder difficulties, don't get bonus XP. What we really wanted is to bring back the female Spartan booty. You would not believe the amount of people who have requested this. Snipers should be a permanent playlist. Where's the Operator Gen 1 and military police helmets? They never came out. WTF is up with no split screen. There is split screen, but it's only for multiplayer. And finally, T-Fry says, I would love to see everything we wanted in Halo Infinite's campaign as a separate video as well. So if you want me to do that, leave me a comment about it and I'll happily put together a list of everything we expect from the next Halo game. That is everything you guys suggested. I think I touched on every key important feature here, from weapons and vehicles to matchmaking times to monetization to the shop. Let me know what you guys think, and if you want to add something else, let me know. As always, thank you guys for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I try to use my platform to make Halo better, and that's what today's video is all about. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.